welcome back to my multi-part series about what happens to a rape victim after they come forward. Today we are going to go over the physical exam that occurs once you visit the SAVE nurse. If you want to find out more about the SAVE nurse interview, please check out part 1. The nurse that I met with was nice enough to give me my very own rape kit that I could then open and show all of you and kind of go over what actually happens during the process. So let's work through it step by step. Now, if you remember during the first video, we did say that the SAVE nurse was going to listen to the victim tell their story one time through and take notes on what type of things they're going to be looking for. Basically, they're looking for evidence to back up what the victim has said. They also do have a questionnaire. They have one designed for women and one designed for men that ask about very specific things that might have occurred in the hopes of jogging the memory of the victim just in case they forgot something during the initial interview. So step 1 is the sexual assault report. What this has on it is the consent and then just a rundown of the events that happened, the location it happened in, what acts took place, were any weapons used, were any restraints used, that sort of thing. Step 2, they have the patient undress on top of a clean piece of paper. This will catch any droppings that happen, any evidence that got stuck underneath or in clothing. Clothing is then bagged and sent off to the lab to look for physical evidence. Step 3 is the pubic hair combing. Basically, the patient will stand on this sheet. Any hair will be combed out. Then both of these will be collected, put back in the bag, and sealed. Steps 4, 5, 6, and 7 are all different swabs that are then taken and dried out in this handy little drying device. It's important to note that at any point the victim can decide not to go through with a part of the examination. So for instance, if they want their clothes collected, they want their pubic hair brushed, but they don't want any swabs taken, it is their right to consent or not consent to any different parts of the examination. A vaginal swab, if the victim is female, is taken here. Same thing with the cervical swab. If the victim is female, this will swab the cervix. Next, male and female can consent to the rectal swab. Finally, both sexes can consent to the oral swab. After that is the pubic hair standards. Basically what happens is the victim is going to stand on another one of these white sheets and hair samples are going to be taken from different areas of the pubic region. Step 9 has 3 different parts. Various debris are going to be collected, sealed, and put into this envelope. After that, dried secretions will be collected. These could be from where there might be secretions based on the story that the victim told. Otherwise, this can also be where the inside of the penis is swabbed. C is fingernail evidence. Inside the fingernail evidence envelope is the right hand and the left hand. Inside one of these, you have a sheet of paper and a tool by which to kind of collect the evidence. This is all then wrapped up together and resealed. After all of that is done, the victim is going to rinse their mouth out completely and they're going to do a standard swab. This is just to compare DNA versus what was collected earlier. If drugs or alcohol are suspected of being used in the rape of a victim, then a toxicology report can be done. Basically, a blood and urine sample are collected and labeled with this, and then everything is put back into the box. After the exam is done, all of the evidence is collected, sealed, and put back into the box. Then the information on the front is filled out, a biohazard sticker is stuck to it, and this is sent out to the lab to either be tested or stored. Not to prosecute right away. The kit is still sent to the laboratory, however no test will be run. If the victim changes their mind and wants to prosecute, then the test can be run and the evidence will still be viable. It is important to note that just because evidence was collected does not mean that there will be enough to actually prosecute a rapist. Thank you for watching part 2 of this multi-video exploration. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share, and don't forget to keep looking back for more videos.